What's going on? It's Alexander here, back with some more Dragon Age Inquisition.
Fashionably late. I thought you weren't gonna show.
I'll let you know.
I gave you my word we would talk, and I never break my word.
Easy there. I was just teasing. So tell me everything that happened while I was away. And after the betrayal, and what I put those men through, my sorries were worth about as much as shit.
Are you glad you at least tried to apologize?
It's hard to say. I go back and forth most days. They needed to know that there's a way to come back from anything. And I wanted to help them if I could. I thought going up there on the gallows was difficult. This was worse. 100 times worse. Anyway, it's nice to be back. Though I'm not sure what to think of this council. No matter what, you know you can always count on my sword arm and my friendship.
Let me try.
Your aim is atrocious. I'm embarrassed for you.
Think you can do better?
Wager notes. Notes carried back and forth by runners. In a different handwriting. What do you say, gentlemen? 3 days for the Inquisition sees sense and aligns itself with the relay properly this time. M. None myself. Relin is here for blood. A day before they either demand it outright or threaten war on us if they don't get it. L. Under siege, he must. Victoria and the Inquisition are too close connected in everyone's eyes for her not to interfere. You have great confidence in the Chantry, Helene. 1,000 royals worth of confidence from each of you, and the divine settles the fate of the Inquisition. 1,000 from each of you once the Inquisition accedes sovereignty to Orlais and the Council of Heralds. M, you two will beggar me. L, Leonard, are you out? M, don't be ridiculous. 1,000 royals on the Ferelden's getting their way after all. L. See, well, now I almost can't let them get their way, you know? Just don't know why they're mad. Blackwall in the last few years. Inquisitor, hope this letter finds you well. I apologize for my prolonged absence. I have traced the whereabouts of one more of my former company, and I'm writing to you from Kirkwall, where he now resides. I knew him as Private Nicholas Laurie. He goes by Klaus now. Unlike so many of the men I betrayed, Klaus found a way to put his life together without turning to crime. It doesn't in any way lessen the horror of what I did, but it was comforting to see at least one life not completely ruined by my actions. He was married to a lovely lady. They run a small bakery. It didn't take him long for recognition to dawn, and then I had 2 mince pies lobbed at my head. Pies that were fresh from the oven, mind you. It was a good thing I ducked. Made my apologies even after months of searching and making reparations. So hard. To his credit, Claus allowed me to talk, and we ended the visit with ales at the Hanged Man. Turn within the month. Thank you for allowing me this time. Inquisitor, yours, Tom Rayner. Synchronized collectibles. Sure. What do we got back here? Pair of paddles. Sarah!
Oh.
Hey, how's it going?
Is everything all right?
Yes. Well, I wanted to speak with you, and now you're here.
This seems serious.
It's not about me. It's about you. Maybe you should sit.
I can stand.
Maybe I should sit. Inquisitor, I want you to know that I am your friend. I will always be your friend.
Oh, well, that's...
So I hope to give you sound advice on this momentous day. Do what is in your heart, my friend, no matter what anyone might tell you.
That's a lovely sentiment, Cassandra.
Marriage is much more than a lovely
Wha-
sentiment,
what?
Inquisitor.
Marriage?
Josephine is a wonderful woman. If you're clear on your path, you're not proposing to anyone. I am going to kill Varric. Why do I believe everything he says? Why?
He said I was going to propose.
He mentioned a proposal. I suppose I filled in the blanks. Or he did this on purpose. That dwarf gets entirely too much joy from my discomfort.
I might get married. I've thought about it.
I suspected as much. Being Inquisitor has brought you good things. Many good things. But only a few have been by your choice. Take what happiness you can from those and do not let them go. That is all I meant to say. Advice from a friend for the days to come.
Okay. Charter!
Well met, your worship.
Conduct becoming to all members of the Inquisition. It has come to my attention that I must remind everyone of the type of behavior expected from us. This exalted council, it is natural to wish to hold our heads high, but remember that we are guests of the Imperial Court. It is upon us to behave with good grace, propriety, and restraint. If you are unsure of how to address someone of gentle birth, my lord or my lady will suffice. If you are fearful that you have overstepped an unknown protocol, speak with your commanders. If they are not available, seek me out. Over-imbibing is strongly discouraged at all times. If you are steered into an argument about the Inquisition's politics, politely excuse yourself as quickly as possible. Please do not engage in these debates. If all else fails, trust sense and common courtesy to guide your actions. Sincerely, Lady Montilier. During last year's Inquisitor, it was good to hear from you, my friend. For months, I have only had this society of Mavericks fledglings, Mavericks' fledgling Lucerni party, junior members of the Magisterium, so filled with fire and zeal, widely adept at politics. May keeps a bucket of ice water on hand in case one accidentally immolates himself. Lest I give you the wrong impression, we are making progress, but it will take a great deal of skill to keep the Lucerni alive. Though the unusual schedule of Minrathus scheming long enough to become a real political faction, fortunately, they do have me. I'm sorry to hear that politics are plaguing you as well. Must be something going around, like a pestilence or an Elysian fashion trend. Hopefully, Josephine can diffuse the Ferelden outcry and persuade the legions to stop circling you with a collar and leash. You know, she did always love a challenge. I'll find an excuse to make a trip to South soon. We should really catch up in person. Don't you agree, Dorian? Absolutely. When Palace, Charter's notes are in an encryption she developed with Liliana over the last couple of years. CM's intentions seem sincere. Agent in place at party tonight where CM is attending. VP left notes at drop as promised. Servant in green livery seen leaving guest wing at Palace at odd hours. Possible at Tryst. Madame LV's second cousin is a bard and employee of Duke WM. Lord WG plans to meet Lady GT tonight. Neither of their spouses know. Lord RW plans to meet Lady SR tonight. Their spouses do know. Lord W's wife encouraged RW to step out with SR so she could have some peace and quiet to herself. Okay. Ooh. I kind of want to switch to what we wore throughout the entire game, but I think we're going to skip it this time. Iron Bull and the Lashers, thank you for sending the Chargers to assist in dealing with the demons attacking Montfort. Their assistance was most appreciated and many lives were saved. The Iron Bull and his Chargers have prevented another civil war from sweeping across Relay with their efforts in Hurndale The Iron Bull, in particular, defeated the would-be usurper in combat. Must protest the actions of the Bull's charges in Southreach. The presence of demons and Templars corrupted by Red Lyrium is undisputed. The necessity of your Dwarven miner collapsing the better part of a mountain on the enemy forces was hardly necessary. The Bull's charges were of great assistance in driving back the demons that attacked the shores of Lake Calenhad. The elf who calls herself Dalish, was particularly helpful. And I look forward to her promised explanation of how Dalish archery techniques can create walls of ice or dispel magical barriers. Letters of thanks relating to the activities undertaken by Bull's charges of the past 2 years. Varric in the last few years. Inquisitor, greetings and salutations from beautiful Kirkwall. The sun is shining, the seabirds are screeching, and almost nothing in Hightown has fallen into a sinkhole and ended up in the sewers in over a month. The Red Lyrium cleanup in the gallows is going better than expected. Nobody misses having Meredith fused to the flagstones. Eerily glaring at everyone, the city guard celebrated finally getting her out of there by holding a completely impromptu parade. Several Lowtown residents composed a song on the spot with lyrics to the effect of "Thank the Maker, the crazy cursed Templar is gone," which was remarkably catchy, despite or maybe because of the fact that it was mostly just swearing in tune. Even with all this stellar progress, looks like I'm stuck here. Channels in the harbor were completely changed by falling debris a few years back. Led to a lot of ships getting wrecked, coming and going, which only made things worse. And then we had rifts open, and weird glowing fade rocks appeared out there. Incidentally, thanks for closing the rifts. Now the only hope for repairing the harbor is to send guys with pickaxes to clear the rock. Ever try to hire miners who are also divers, Inquisitor? There aren't many. And even fewer are happy mining glowing shit from the fade. This is going to take a lot of my coin to fix. Stop by the city sometime. We'll get in a game of Wicked Grace. Please, this Viscount shit is boring me to death. The last few years, Inquisitor, I fear I shall have no opportunity to meet with you, whatever. Well, the council at Hallam Sharal, the colleges and fraternities of enchanters are holding yet another round of elections in a few months. And I must be present to organize everything, or the Aquaritans and the Lucrocians will inevitably get drawn into the most passive-aggressive arguments over the number of ballot boxes and the arrangements of voting cards you can possibly imagine. On the last 2 occasions, when I could not be spared from my duties at the Imperial Court, the isolationists filled themselves inside the debating area with ice walls in protest over some insult from a libertarian senior enchanter from Cumberland. I must, of course, convey the continuing approbation of the Orlesian Court, though I have no doubt dear Duke Cyril has already bored you to death with a Council of Heralds compliments by now. Cordially, Vivian. Well, she seems to be in a better mood than she was before. Colin in the last week's Colin. Word has spread from Dinnerham about the summit the Inquisition will attend. News is half rumors, but with the representatives they say are going, it's clearly serious, and the details are probably not something you can put down in a letter. But we'll have her look forward to more glowing descriptions about how much you love Orlesian parties. Branson's here. His son insists I add Elo Cole to this letter. He also insists it be ELLO and not hello. Your nephew is stubborn. How very familiar. Love, Mia. Oh, he got a hold of his sister. And he goes, Inquisitor, I'm writing to you from the Hunterhorn Mountains, where I was successful in tracking down Seeker Emery. He was more shocked than most to hear of Lord Seeker Lucius' betrayal, and as he was her mentor when she was just an initiate. But she is eager to help rebuild, and she has heard of a few other Seekers who might have been sent to Ravane. I do not know how many of us yet remain, how many Lucius killed, but I know that we are recovering, and I know that we will be better this time. I confess, I look forward to returning to Orlais next month. Once I would have thought that impossible. Orlais was little more than the land of frustrating politics, excessive ornamentation, and responsibilities I did not want. But now that friends wait for me there, it is almost a home. Cassandra. Oh, more strength. Okay. Down here. Quite the view. That's going to come into play at some point, ain't it? This tattered novel bills itself as Sweeping Romance of the Eight Seas by Denal Mithril. He was a dark-skinned elf with long platinum hair hanging by one hand from the mast of his ship. a dagger in his teeth, a woman in an elaborate mask, a low-cut dress, and almost as much hair as the elf. Gas up from the base of the mast. The elf is glaring at a tanned and chiseled human pirate, grinning as his vessel pulls alongside the elf ship. First level captain of the Antivan Navy, kill Zebulon, inaugural assignment. I ain't reading that. Hightown. Oh, another hard Hightown chapter. I'm willing to read about like what our companions have been up to and like short things, but full on novel parts, don't think so. I'm good in that department. I'm trying to figure out where it was that we went before. Here, maybe? Nothing? Alrighty. Where? Oh, yeah, it was over on the other side. I remember now. We'll get back to that later then. Cole!
Inquisitor, I see you have time for afternoon refreshments.
Did you know that a merchant in the courtyard is selling gemstones the same color as your eyes?
What an odd thing to say. I must see this for myself.
Thank you.
I appreciate the help getting him elsewhere.
I still don't understand Orlesians and their masks, but it makes him happy. And I needed the table.
For breadcrumbs?
Birds like breadcrumbs.
Oh, Cole, good day. I didn't see you there.
But I saw you, as lovely as your songs.
Aww.
I'm pleased for both of you.
The world has ample pain, Inquisitor. The kindness found in Cole is rare indeed.
Her songs bring happiness to those who hear, and I can make her happy in return.
Well then, carry on.
Here's the brewed potions. Got something here. Another heart in Hightown. This is where we just were, so we're back where we were before I got distracted. Again. Which, I mean, if we're being real, I'm get distracted quite a bit. And we probably aren't going to make like any story progress in this recording session. Another Heart in Hightown chapter. Oh, it's up there. Let's figure out a way up there, up and around there. Ah, bull!
Your worship, I'm glad you're here. Listen, I need you to keep the chief distracted while we sneak this dragon skull through the room behind him.
I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes.
It's for his birthday.
I'll see what I can do, Kren.
All right, here he comes. Just keep him talking. He loves talking.
Hey, boss. Good to see you.
Effect Lyrium.
It's good to see that the Veil has largely healed, now that most of the major rifts are closed. You might think otherwise, but the Veil isn't technically a physical barrier. It's more like a magical vibration that repels the Fade.
All right, we're going to continue this in the next one. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you then.